At Trader Joe's, we have the best foods and the worst foods, all in one location. One reason I thought of doing a video on best and worst foods for the environment is because most of the time, best foods for the environment are the best for your health, which is what a lot of my videos are about, health. It works the same way for the worst foods. Start with the best. They would be the ones that take the least resources, like gasoline, oil, water, and land, because a lot of the land they used to grow food was land that they had to cut down a lot of trees. It's a big reason that the rainforests are getting smaller, which has actually decreased the amount of oxygen in the air on the planet. So since we need a certain amount of calories each day, not weight, or we should use a calorie per land ratio. And one of the best foods I know is fruit. You get the most calories for the least land. You might think, I hear it a lot, people think that fruit trees would take up a lot of land. But one tree takes up a small amount of land and it grows up. It might produce a couple 100 pounds of fruit a year. Now grain is actually pretty wasteful. It's all spread out. Takes a lot more resources. And then there's the milling. And all of the machinery, any machinery uses oil. And I guess we've arrived at the worst foods for the environment and also for your health. It seems to work the same way. What uses the most resources is things that require raising animals for years, feeding them all that food, which takes the resources, and then you get about 1/10 back in meat. All the other issues of the body doesn't use meat very efficiently. Most of the protein and fat in meat is converted into carbohydrates because the body doesn't need so much protein and fat. Which brings us to the other reason I thought of making this video, because I saw some waste that most people don't consider. I was out foraging behind a 99-cent store. This reminds me of a reply I got while promoting raw foodism. There it is, over there. In the trash bin, this is what I found. So all these were dated from today, which means that all was just thrown out just today. That's a lot of waste. So when you throw out plant foods, a lot of the waste is just the work that nature did growing it. But animal foods are at least 10 times the impact on the environment. I wonder why all that wasn't bought. Are they producing too much, or are people buying less? There's always food thrown out. There's always an excess, because stores need to make sure they have enough. But when you consider the environmental impact, the waste, and the abuse, our society doesn't talk about that much. The throwing out of milk is just not acceptable. It's just not right. What would solve this is if milk wasn't produced at all, And that would only happen if milk wasn't purchased. If we became a society that did not drink milk. Here's where I would like to repeat that this stuff is not healthy, it's not good for you, it's not natural. And then there's the impact on the healthcare industry and health insurance. We're having a crisis right now. Milk is just one of the many reasons why. I guess that's all I have to say about that. What do you think? Do I make some good points? Or is there things I'm not considering? Let me know. Post your comments.